So we got our second salting done. Now it's time to put them in the pickle. We'll got off most of that other salt, and we've got a salt pickle we're using, and we'll throw them down in there. I'm doing it skin side out. Get that air out of there. And I'll have to put something large on it to keep them down. Need to stir them around a couple times. I'll stir it before I leave, and then my wife gets here in the morning. I'll let her stir it a couple more times tomorrow. And when I get home, we'll take them out, put them in some cold water, neutralize them, and hang them to dry. And we'll move on to our next process. All right. Just gotta get the old salt out of there after leaving that salted for the last 24 hours. Getting rid of that other salt. And we'll turn it inside out and put it in the pickle. All right. That'll set the hair, and we'll move on to our next process of the tanning. I'm learning all this. We didn't do this back in the day. We had a country buyer, so we took it in on the carcass, and I did a lot of coon hunting, and we just save them up in the freezer and take them in for a buyer. Do it that day, or freeze them and take them into them and drop them off. So we never really had to do fleshing and a lot of any stuff like that. We just sold it carcass. So this is new to me, and it's been fun learning it. And we'll see how we do. It's not over yet. Not out of the woods yet. But we're trying it. All right, get him in there and we'll be done. Let it set for another 24 hours. And we'll see you at the next process. So we've come to our next step. We've had these in a pickle for 24 hours. And we're gonna wring them out. Get all that salt water off them. And then I'm gonna turn them inside out. Now that they've sat there in that pickle, then we're gonna put them in cold water. That's good, it's not pulling out. And then we're going to neutralize them in this regular cold water. Stir them around in there and neutralize them. Let them sit there for about a half hour. Neutralize all that salt that's on it. Then we'll wash them. So we get them all squeezed out. Get them turned inside out. Got to be careful with these muskrat. They are easy to tear. That's the first thing I'm finding out. So this has been fun, figuring out how to do it. So we got them all salted down, left them in that pickle for 24 hours. Now we're just getting them down in that water and neutralize that salt before we wash it. Get these squeezed out. Got a little more work to do on that one. Dries out a little bit more before we tan it. It's getting there. We'll get them all squeezed out. them all turned inside out. This is the one that ripped a little bit. That was a rookie mistake. Pulled a little too hard, if you can see that right there. But I think we can sew that back up. Or these are just going to be wall hangers. They're not going to be anything made out of them. But the hair's staying in. Get that all wrung out. Get them down in there and neutralize them. Stir that up a little bit. Neutralize those. We're gonna let them sit there for a half hour, and then we'll wash them. That's our next step. Well, we've let these go for about 30 minutes in that cold water, and now I'm just going to wash them. So I'm going to wring these out, try to get most of that salt out of it. Whatever's left. And then I'm just going to come over here to our Dawn dish soap. I got a little Dawn dish soap and water. We're just gonna wring them around in there and get them all cleaned up. Get all that dirt or anything we got left on there on the hide. Get it cleaned up. We'll just stir them around in there and get them cleaned up best we can. Wring that out. I'm just going to go ahead and rinse them too. Rinse anything I see on there. Get all that soap out of there. Then I'll wring him out. So we've got him salted, we pickled him, we put him in the water to get rid of the salt. Now he's all cleaned up. And we'll just hang him to dry. I might just put him on a stretcher real quick, just so he can dry. We'll do that. That way he can get dry, and then we'll do the tanning tomorrow. So we'll just get them all put on a stretcher. Just put them on that stretcher real good. I'm not going to get too crazy with it. Just place for them to dry. Just a place for them to dry. All I'm doing. And that's good right there. That's good. He's looking nice. Looking good. Fur's not pulling out. A little bit of that glitter on there we'll have to get off when it dries. But we'll just put them up there and hang them right here. Let them dry. And that's our next step. We'll just let them dry out. And then I'll put the tanning solution on that. And that tanning solution this orange bottle. And we'll do that tomorrow. That's what we're putting on it. That's the tanning formula. So that's our next step. We'll try it out. I'll get the rest of these done and we'll let them dry for overnight.